Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. I am Nursyuhada and you are now watching 999 January edition 2022. In today's episode, we look back at some shocking events that happened in 2021 and examine why they embedded in history, also why they affected us so much on a personal level. We focus on one of the unforgettable events in our entertainment industry, Travis Scott's Astroworld Music Festival. On November 5, 2021, a global rap superstar, Travis Scott, held a concert named Astroworld Festival in Houston, and a large crowd, estimately around 5,000 people, attended the music festival. This concert witnessed a terrifying stampede in which at least 10 people died and 2 dozen others were treated at a hospital due to the crowd surge at the event. Let's watch the report prepared by our fellow reporters in our today's episode. Concert. Have a blast, or will it be your last?
Definition of concert. A concert is a live music performance in front of an audience. The performance may be by a single musician, sometimes then called a recital, or by a musical ensemble, such as an orchestra, choir, or band. Concerts are held in a wide variety and size of settings, from private houses and smaller clubs, dedicated concert halls and amphitheaters and parks, to large multipurpose buildings such as arenas and stadiums. Indoor concerts held in the largest venues are sometimes called arena concerts or amphitheater concerts. Informal names for a concert include show and gate. Types of concert. Sitting concert. Each ticket is designated a specific seat according to the prices. Mosh pit. At a rock performance, the mosh pit is an area in front of the stage where even physical and harsh dancing takes place. Merriam-Webster.
Thank you, Ms. ALYA, for the report on the definition and the types of concert. Now let's dive straight into the consequences of violating concert etiquette, as we heard from Ms. JAZLYNDA earlier on regarding the fatal tragedy that happened during the Astroworld concert by Travis Scott back in December 2021.
That's okay with you real quick. Chase me, let's do it. Lost on Irish giving in both cards. Just bring your girl, feel like she both bars. Your black nigga run to the ocean. So far we here, trapped on the ocean. I'm just one day away from going anywhere. I'm just one day.
That is just a bit of example of what could possibly go wrong if we disobey the concert etiquette. There are a few other possible consequences if people disobey the concert etiquette, like injuries, accidents due to humongous amounts of people crowding the stage, fights by some hecklers, not being able to enjoy the best experiences of concert, and the worst case scenario of all, death. During concert, audiences tend to crowd the area near the stage. If people disobey the concert etiquette by pushing each other, people may fall down. Now, it seems very simple, doesn't it? If you fall down, why don't you just stand up? The answer is some people may not be able to stand up if they fall in the middle of an untamed crowd. People might also step on them due to the crowding, which will cause further injuries like broken bones, concussions, and the loss of consciousness. Next, fight could also break through in the middle of the concert. This could happen if people are pushing each other or disrespecting others by throwing stuff like canned drinks and water bottles, or by giving rude remarks, which will ignite rage. For instances, during Olivia Rodrigo concert, hecklers caused fight as there were originally only 2 people who engaged in a heated argument and started to throwing punches at each other, which then caused a fit among the crowd, which leads to other people getting dragged in the fights as well. And when fights and injuries happen, people will definitely not be able to have the best experiences of attending concert. Concerts should be fun, where people who share the same interest in a certain music gather together to enjoy the music and performances, especially by their favorite singer. It should be a fun experience to be able to enjoy your favorite music and performance by your favorite artist. But due to some selfish people who decided that they could make a better judgment by violating the concert etiquette, they could not be able to enjoy the concert. And instead of having a dream come true moment, they'll be having a nightmare instead. And last but not least, the worst case scenario that could happen if people violated the concert etiquette is death. Injuries that are caused by fights or falling into a pushing crowd could just cost one's life. For instance, the Astral concert where 11 people lost their life and hundreds were injured. Imagine planning weeks to go to concert just to end up in a grave later on that day, and instead of having a blast, it could be your last. Remember, always follow the concert etiquette or you could face the possible consequences like having injuries, get dragged into fights, not being able to have the best experience of concert, and the worst case of all, death. Now let's hear from Miss HAZIQAH. Thank you.
Thank you, Zairi. Now, I will proceed with the causes that contribute to the concert's unexpected events. Music festivals or concerts have been a place for people to celebrate their favorite musicians. These events are all about enjoying moments with friends and connecting with the music lover community. However, people need to be concerned about several potential factors that might lead to unexpected events at the venue. Firstly, inadequate security at the venue may contribute to serious effects to the attendees as music festivals and concerts are rapidly accepted to the world, so does the drug culture. Drugs are used by some people to enhance the enjoyment of their experiences and keep their utmost energy throughout the show. According to Medical News Today, amphetamine is a stimulant used to treat specific medical issues or consumed illegally as a stimulant that makes you feel energized and full of energy. Consuming amphetamine at higher doses without prescribing it beforehand will lead to devastating consequences such as restlessness, blurred vision, and aggressiveness. Hence, those affected will try to hurt others, which then causes chaos and trouble to everyone around them. If you or someone close to you shows or suffers any of the severe signs or symptoms indicated to overdose, such as hallucination or agitation or trouble staying conscious, get medical help. It is also important to be aware before accepting drinks or anything from strangers. In conclusion, avoiding drugs in the first place is the only way to entirely prevent a bad drug encounter. Next, people can also fall victim to sexual assault. Sexual assault at music festivals is common, but it does not make it acceptable. With more than 40% of women under the age of 40 have experienced sexual harassment at a live music event, only 2% reported to the authorities as stated by YouGov 2017. Fear of being dismissed from their experience is one of the reasons the victims are too afraid to report the unwanted behavior. Back in 2018, a girl attending Coachella concert experienced a man running his hands down her shoulder to her bum, which then he grabbed. She tried to confront the man, but was called names. That experience changed the way she acts while attending live shows by dressing differently and being more attentive to her surroundings. Sexual assault gives impacts to victims in many forms, which include emotions and behaviors such as persistent fear, phobias, and flashbacks, in which are different for each victim. The community should provide a safe environment to allow the victims to talk about their stories and aid recovery. Other than that, pyrotechnics can also cause injuries or unexpected events at the concert. As stated by Merriam-Webster, pyrotechnics is the art of making or the manufacture and use of fireworks. Pyrotechnics may, however, be used at official government events and concerts, as well as activities specifically authorized by the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. These pyrotechnic effects are considered dangerous as have the potential to go wrong, as they might start a fire resulting in injuries or possibly death to some of the audiences. In 2011, Rihanna's concert was cut short due to the fire breakout from the pyrotechnics, in which 12,500 audiences were escorted out without any injuries. This catastrophe shows that an uncontrollable situation might happen even every possible precaution is taken. Now, let's hear about the solutions to prevent unexpected events at the concert from our next reporter, Miss ALYA.
There are a few tips on staying safe while having a blast without paying your last at the concert, like bring on medication, have a body system, stay cool and hydrated, and learn your way around. First of all, bring your own medication. For people who have asthma or bad coughing, it is essential for them to bring inhaler. This will avoid a person from collapse during the concert. Insect repellent also considered when you are attending an outdoor concert. This is a must-have item for them who are allergic to insects bite. Plaster also needed if light injuries occurs on you or someone else. Next, how about having a body system? Let's hear about it from our reporter, Ms. HAZIQAH.
Thank you, Miss ALYA. Now, we will proceed with how buddy system can prevent unexpected events from happening at the concert. There are a few things which need to take into consideration before going to the venue to assure a fun, exciting, and most importantly, a safe experience during the concert. Most music festivals and concerts are attended by thousands of people in a venue, which makes it easy to get lost. A buddy system is a form of safety management strategy in which people are paired or teamed up on guaranteeing the safety of each other. For example, being in pairs or small groups is a safe way to stay connected while sharing the excitement and experience throughout the show. It is crucial to make plans with friends at a specific time and location in case the group gets separated or wants to go somewhere else. It is not recommended to rely on communicating solely using the phone, as the battery may run out after a few hours and the network will be overloaded by thousands of people in a venue. However, a buddy system will help each other to stay safe while sharing memorable moments at the concert. For the rest of the remaining tips, let's hear about them from our reporter, Miss JAZLYNDA.
Another tips on how to assure a fun and exciting experience in concerts is to stay hydrated and stay cool. Jumping around all night to the music of your favorite musicians with other hundreds or maybe thousands fans sure sounds great in theory, but when you are actually in the moment, it is easy to get carried away and apparently dehydrated. I am sure you must be feeling thrilled if you can see your favorite celebrity performing in front of your eyes, but make sure you are remain hydrated throughout the show. The last thing you want to happen is to work up a sweat faint on the third song and miss the entire show, right? By the way, a personal tip for me, bring your own water bottle if you are permitted, because the cost of a regular water bottle sell on the concert can cover cost of your two-way transportation on that day. Be aware of your attire too, dress appropriately and wear comfortable shoes so your own clothes will not suffocate you later in the middle of the show. The last tip is be familiar with the venue and crowd atmosphere. The other way to prevent unexpected events is to learn your way around the venue. Make sure to always check the important checkpoints such as emergency exits, paramedic and security stands, parking spots, and other significant signboards. Printing a map beforehand or come to the venue earlier than scheduled may help you. This way, if anything goes wrong during the concert, you know where to go or who to seek for. Other than that, make sure to always pay attention to your surroundings. Depending on how large or small the venue are, as well as the actual layout, you may be stuck in a pretty tight place. You might be pushed, fall on the floor, and not be able to get up if you stay too close to a pit. Try to stay in as much open space as possible to assure your safety throughout the concert. Now, all our information might scare you from going to concerts after this, but I promise with a complete safety plan and backup, you can enjoy the concert to the fullest. After all, getting an opportunity to attend a concert by our favorite musicians is everyone's at least once a lifetime wish. Don't forget to have fun if you're able to attend one. In our first episode, we dig deeper about the mystery behind the accidents in one of the concerts held by a well-known rap superstar. We get to know the reasons, the factors, and ways to prevent this kind of incidents from happening again. I am sure many of us attend the concerts to have the best times of our life, but a piece of advice from me: please always be alert of your surroundings and prioritize your health even when you are having fun. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the show. I, Nursyuhada, represent Group 4
Bid to you goodbye and assalamualaikum. See you on our next episode.